Let's take a look at this problem. The midpoint is equal to negative 12, 0, and one of the endpoints is equal to negative 19, 7. Now our midpoint is equal to x1 plus x2 divided by 2 and y1 plus y2 divided by 2. But midpoint is a point, so if I were to put some kind of variable there, that'd be m1, m2 equals x1 plus x2 divided by 2 and y1 plus y2 divided by 2. Now if I were to label these, since this is my midpoint, this would be m1 and this would be m2. And this is one of our endpoints, and it doesn't matter which one you label it. So I'll put that as x1 and I'll put this as y2. Now we're y2. Let's try that again. y1. Now what we're wanting to find is the other endpoint. So that's what we're trying to find. So we're trying to find x2, y2. Well, if I compare these, this x part here is equal to this x part here. So we're going to have x1 plus x2 over 2 is equal to m1. And this y part here is equal to this y part here. So we're going to have y1 plus y2 divided by 2 is equal to m2. Well, if we plug in what we've identified, x1 we said is negative 19, x2 is what we're trying to find, over 2 is equal to m1, which is negative 12. We'll multiply both sides by 2. Boy, I'm just really, that's not x squared, that should be x2. Okay, so we've got negative 19 plus x2 divided by 2 is equal to 2 times negative 12. Those 2's cancel. I've got negative 19 plus x2 is equal to negative 24. If I take the negative 19 over, it becomes a positive 19. So x2 is going to equal to negative 5. Now in this one, if I plug in the values, y1 we said was 7, y2 we're trying to find, over 2 is equal to m2, which is 0. If I multiply both sides by 2, then those 2's going to cancel, and I got 7 plus y2 is equal to 0. And I take 7 over, and we get y2 is equal to negative 7. So that point would be negative 5, negative 7. Now, if you look at the x values, the endpoint here went from negative 19 to negative 12. Well, if you think about what we added 7, didn't we? Well, if you take negative 12 plus 7, that gives you negative 5. Now here I went from 7 to 0, so I subtracted 7. Well, 0 minus 7 gives you a negative 7. So there's a couple different ways you could work that particular problem. Negative 5, negative 7. 7.